See, try to understand my concept. Listen, मान लो यहाँ पर here I am showing our earth. So this is our earth and we are standing over the surface of earth. Done. And this is the center of earth, as we know very well. The radius of earth is approximately 6,376 kilometer, approximately. Okay? And we are over the surface of earth, we know very well. But over the surface of earth, we are finding a multi-layered gaseous envelope, and this envelope is called as atmosphere. Now, as I told you before, according to some sources, some meteorologists, the average expansion of atmosphere from the surface of earth is up to 16,000 kilometer. And according to some, it is 29,000 kilometer. Agree? So we can take a median way. The average height of atmosphere is from 16 to 29,000 kilometer. This multi-layered envelope is called as what? Atmosphere. Okay? But in climatology, when we study atmosphere, be very sure, we always study atmosphere as a mechanical mixture of gases, but not as a chemical compound. We always study atmosphere as a mechanical mixture of gases, but not as a chemical compound. Why? Because still now in the field of climatology, we don't know how the evolution of atmosphere had taken place. Yeah, that's right. We are having some theories about the origin of earth and origin of atmosphere. Theories like, I hope you heard about nebula hypothesis, Big Bang theory, a number of theories are there about the origin of earth and atmosphere. But still we are not having any concrete evidence with regard to the origin of atmosphere, and that's why we always consider atmosphere as a mechanical mixture. I mean, there are so many gases like hydrogen, helium, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen, etc., ozone. They all are mixing with each other. Okay? They are present, of course, in the form of mixture above to the surface of earth. But how their origin had taken place, we are not having concrete evidences. And then we study atmosphere as a mechanical mixture. Agree? And this mechanical mixture of gases called as atmosphere contains two types of gases. The very first category of gas is called as constant gas. Constant gas. Done. And the second category is known as variable gas. So there are two important gases within our atmosphere. One is called as constant, other one is known as what? Variable. Now listen. When I take the regard of constant gases, okay, there are three important species or gases what we are finding in our atmosphere. The very first constant gas is nitrogen. The second constant gas is oxygen. And the third important constant gas is argon. Argon. Now, when I compare the constant gas with variable one, we are very sure, again, we are finding number of variable gases in our atmosphere. The very first variable gas is nothing but, of course, CO2, a greenhouse gas. Then we have water vapor. Ozone is again a variable gas. Again, some variable gases like helium, hydrogen, and so on and so forth. So, number of variable gases are there. Agree? Now, why these gases are called as constant and variable? Let's deal with this concept. So, listen carefully. Constant gases are those whose proportion or ratio does not changes with height in atmosphere and does not changes over region over the surface of earth. Jaise, presume that when I take the regard of constant gas like nitrogen, it remain constant over oceanic water bodies like Pacific Ocean, it remain constant over North America continental landmass, it remain constant over Antarctica, it remain constant over India. Symbolically तो हम बोल सकते हैं. So constant gases are those whose proportion or ratio to the total volume of atmosphere remain constant, okay, with height and of course with areas. I mean their proportion or ratio does not changes with height and over different surfaces of earth, we can say. And then such gases are called as constant gas. There are three constant gases: nitrogen, oxygen, and argon. I hope you know very well, nitrogen is present in so many forms like nitrous oxide, nitrogen dioxide, then we have ammonia, sometimes nitric acid. ये आप स्कूल से पढ़ रहे होंगे. So there are so many species of nitrogen, what we are finding in our atmosphere. But nitrogen is a constant gas. Now the total percentage of nitrogen to the total volume of atmosphere is approximately 78%. इतनी हमें nitrogen मिलती है in different forms. The total proportion of oxygen, be very sure, is approximately 20.7%, or we can say 27%. ठीक है, and the proportion of argon is approximately 0.93%, or we can say approximately 1%. So if you see the volume of constant gases, 78% nitrogen, 20 odd percent oxygen, and of course argon approximately 1%. I mean, most of the lower atmosphere is of course constant, and most of the constant atmosphere is dry. Is it dry? So we are finding more proportion of constant gases in our atmosphere as compared to variable gases. Like when I compare the variable gases, what are these variable gases? Variable gases are those whose proportion within atmosphere changes with height in different layers of atmosphere and changes over surfaces also. Surfaces of earth. जैसे मैं एग्जांपल देता हूं कि the proportion of water vapor in atmosphere is different in Mumbai as compared to Delhi. The proportion of water vapor in atmosphere is different in Hyderabad as compared to Chennai. Why? Because water vapor is a variable gas whose proportion changes with surfaces of earth and with height also. Similarly, CO2 is also a variable gas. मतलब अगर आप सरफेस से ऊपर जाओगे तो CO2 का प्रोपोर्शन कम होता चला जाएगा. अगर आप एक एरिया से दूसरे एरिया में जाओगे तो CO2 का प्रोपोर्शन अलग अलग मिलेगा. And in similar manner, ozone is also a variable gas. So variable gases are those whose proportion or ratio, of course, changes with elevation and also changes with surfaces of earth. Although there are some exceptions I will discuss in the coming time. There are also some exceptions, of course, in constant gases also. Agree? Ozone is also a variable gas. Done? So our atmosphere is nothing but a mechanical mixture of constant and variable gas. And our atmosphere behave like a fluid. Try to understand my concept. जो मैंने कल आपको बताया था कि in this particular glass, if I insert liquids of different densities like honey, jelly, petroleum, water, then those liquids which are much more denser, they will sink at the bottom of the glass, and those liquids which are much more rarer, I mean less denser, they will flow in the upper layers of the glass. समझ रहे हो? ठीक है, तो हमारा एटमॉस्फेयर भी बिल्कुल वैसा है. Those gases which are heavier with more molecular weight, they are located, focus, they are located near the surface of earth. And lighter gases, molecules or atoms, we are finding in upper atmosphere, like a fluid. Agree? So our atmosphere is nothing but a mechanical mixture of gases, the two constant gases, constant and variable. But be very sure that from the surface of earth, when I'm coming up to the height of 80 kilometer, so about to the height of 80 kilometer, every constant gas become variable. About to the height of 80 kilometer, every constant gas become variable. And based on this feature, we can divide our atmosphere into two layers. One is lower atmosphere, other one upper atmosphere.